So Robbie, what was your digestive health like before we started to work together?
Oh, before we started it was very bad, and I suffered quite badly with IBS. That was something that I really struggled with, and I think over the years has been very bad for me. I always used to get very bloated, and I do a lot of cycling, so I'm always eating a lot, and it was trying to regulate, amounts to eat, and it was very poor, my eating before I met you.
And before we started to work together, did you have any reservations about taking up the programme?
No, not at all, because I think in life in general there's just not enough information on nutrition, and as soon as someone said, you get an expert on it, it's so nice to actually get that, because it's such an important thing in life to be eating correctly for your own health, and to make sure you're living as long as you can and that you are as healthy as possible.
Okay, so what has the process of working with me been like?
Fantastic, because one thing I really liked was when you would call just to check if I was okay every few weeks, just as a kind of reminder, because I'm one of these people that's just all over the place sometimes, and it's so nice just to be able to get a phone call one night and just go, you know what, I'm struggling with this, and then you to be able to say, okay, try this, and that process of checking up every so often makes all the difference. I think that's so important, and I really enjoyed the process. I thought it was perfect.
And so what's the one best result that you've had from completing the programme?
It's the IBS going, because it was such a big thing for me, because I would worry so much about my stomach, I'd make myself ill, and then I'd worry about going to teach a class or something like this, or any situation where I wouldn't feel in control. My stomach would just go nuts. But with your help, and when you realise that you kind of know what you can eat and what you can get away with, it completely changes. And if it's not the fact of you're eating the right things, it's the confidence to know that because you're eating the right things and they don't affect you, that you can control it. So the biggest thing for me, and what I wish I'd done it 10 years ago, because I feel as I've just suffered for the last 10 years with bad IBS, and I can't believe how simple it was to fix just by a few sessions with you and just understanding what was causing me all these problems. So the IBS was the biggest thing, and my life now has completely changed because of it. So
Thank you. So would you have any hesitation in recommending me?
No, definitely not. If I could afford it, I would pay people to go. So even the recommendation with one of my friends who was struggling with his eating, and he raves as well. It's such good information. It's something you can take away with you for your life. You can understand your eating in the future, and I think that's so important, because there's just not enough information out there for anyone. They say 5 a day on this. Nobody really knows what that means. Let's be fair. So no, I think recommendation, definitely to anyone, because I think it's so important that people should understand what they can eat in their body, and how they should be eating as well.
So what would you say to someone who is suffering with IBS symptoms and they want to do something about it, but they're apprehensive about talking to somebody about it?
This is, I think everyone gets, probably IBS, and being nervous and uncomfortable just comes hand in hand. And I think the biggest problem is people are scared to say, but the minute you say you've got it, then you realise that there's probably in a room of 10 people, there's probably another 4 or 5 people that have it as well. There's nothing wrong with it. If you worry about needing the bathroom, things like that's normal. The only thing, you're making it worse and worse by avoiding it. So if there was someone that does have it, I would just say, just get it sorted. My life's completely changed. I used to worry about car journeys, where I could stop to go to the toilet when I was out with friends on days and things like that. And it used to drive me crazy, and it took the enjoyment out of so much in my life personally. And then when it all got sorted and I realised I knew what I could eat, I knew what I could drink, and it just settled, it made me more confident. And when someone would say, come on, let's go camping for 3 or 4 days, let's go away, it wouldn't bother me, but that's an opportunity I would have said no to before, because I'd be so worried about my stomach. But when I understood why it was happening and what I was eating to make it happen, I was just like, God, I can't believe this has been so bad for so long, and it was such a simple procedure just to get rid of it. And I feel like I've lost years because of it and missed out on some really good opportunities. So if anyone was to even think about getting it sorted, just do it. because it'll just be a distant memory within 6 months of getting it sorted. You won't even remember you ever had it, and that's so important, I think.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Robbie.